What followed was an intense 80-minute standoff between Jonathan and the SWAT. SWAT teams and negotiators surrounded the house, prepared.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Buck Breeze, Mr. No Slacking himself. No slacking involved. That shit is bad for your health. Know the vibes, man. Tap on there. Yo, somebody sent me this joint, man. It sound crazy. We gonna tap into it, man. You know what I mean? Shit like this be real crazy. I don't really be liking to do these, but you know, be interesting and it brings awareness. So that's the reason why we tap in to the joints just like this. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, this female, she was forced to apologize on Facebook Live. And I guess her dude shot her dead immediately after that. Like, I don't even know, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's tap into it, man. Let's see what we good. You know, time is money, and we can't get $1 back. Let's see what's good with this.
27-year-old Rannita Williams, a mother of 3, is being forced to apologize on Facebook Live.
Pull up right now. Pull up.
Okay.
Pull up.
No, it was just, I apologize. Yes, I know I was wrong. I ain't have no business going off like that, but
What?
I am sorry, y'all. Yes.
What?
No,
The man you see behind her holding a gun
Yes,
is her
that's her.
ex-boyfriend, 37-year-old Jonathan Robinson.
Yes, that's her. Let me see the phone, son.
No. Bitch wanna be famous, I'm gonna make her famous.
No.
Wanna be famous, I'm gonna make you famous. I do.
Yes.
I'm telling you I get on these bitches never.
No.
Oh.
Just minutes after the apology, the police would receive the harrowing 911 call that would lead them to 1301 Natalie Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. There, they would be met with the lifeless body of an innocent mother who had just been executed. This is a deeply disturbing story of 27-year-old Rannita Williams, a mother of 3. In this story, we will uncover 3 or more red flags that led to this tragic event.
Women are the winners.
I ain't gonna say all men and women. I'm gonna say me and my niggas winning though. The niggas
Okay.
out
Okay, well 10 dudes winning. Okay.
like a motherfucker.
Let them tell it.
Yeah, we winning.
Yeah, let
We
y'all
don't,
tell
we
it.
don't know how to lose. We don't even take losses good at nothing. I mean at nothing.
But anyway, y'all know what it here for, women. We already know what it here for.
What?
Okay. Nothing. What?
Exactly.
To be
nothing.
unsaid.
Nothing.
To be untold.
Exactly. Nothing.
To be untold.
Fuck with a nigga out of 10 too.
Rannita Williams, affectionately referred to as Nunu by her loved ones, was
You're a lot older than her.
born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, a community known for the high rates of crime and poverty. She was a devoted mother of 3 children from a previous relationship that didn't flourish. But despite the challenges of being a single parent, she was able to ensure that her children were provided with everything that they needed. She always puts them first. Her love for them was unwavering, and the people who are close to her have always admired the way she was able to balance motherhood with her personal ambition. Beyond being a loving mother, Rannita was able to establish a thriving career as an interior designer, to which she did a great job. Through her hard work and determination, she became known in her community with her ability to transform houses into beautiful homes, something that she frequently shares on her social media, especially on Facebook. Added to her personality, she started to have a growing audience online who admired her work. But then, everything changed. Rannita's life was full of potential, filled with love for her children and passion for her work. But she will meet a man, forming a relationship that would soon cast a shadow over everything Rannita built. This relationship was with this guy, a 37-year-old man named Jonathan Robinson, who, like Rannita,
So he was what, like 10 years older than her?
was from Shreveport, Louisiana. But unbeknownst to Rannita, meeting Jonathan would be the start of the series of events that would eventually lead to her tragic end.
Who was side bitch?
Oh shit, I don't know. Tell them who the side bitch is.
No,
Okay.
you ain't now.
Tell them, baby.
You not the side bitch. Why that?
Shit, I don't know who the side bitch is, right? I'm trying to see where she at. I'm the side bitch. Oh.
At first, Jonathan seemed like the kind of man who would be perfect for a single mother like Rannita. He was protective, caring, and involved. But appearances can be deceiving. and it wouldn't take long until his true nature would reveal itself in the worst way imaginable. Jonathan was a man with a deeply troubled past. It was one that was defined by violence, crime, destruction. Being someone who was born in Shreveport, Jonathan
He was in them streets.
was exposed to the harsh realities of living in one of the most dangerous parts of the community. This is where he differed from Rannita. From a very early age, he always had frequent
Damn, my
run-ins with the
boy.
law.
Shit. My boy got a list of fucked up charges. Attempt first-degree murder? You got mad at them shits, my boy. How the fuck was he still walking on the streets?
Eventually piling up a long list of criminal records that was hallmarked by the violent offenses and drug-related charges. In a span of nearly 2 decades, his crime history bulged with multiple arrests for domestic violence, aggravated assault, and even attempted murder. Throughout his existence, he spent the years in and out of prison, and no matter how many times he was imprisoned, he would always find his way back to his violent nature. However dark Jonathan's history is, Rannita welcomed him into her life with open arms, which was a mistake that will haunt Rannita in the coming years. But at that point in time, for her, second chances should be given to people, and so she did. Jonathan stepped into her life more than a romantic partner. So throughout the beginning, Jonathan served as a father figure to Rannita's children. He became part of their life. He attended school meetings, played the role of a protector, and made himself a steady presence in their home, which was something that Rannita's previous husband couldn't give. But there is another problem that Rannita didn't anticipate. Another part of Jonathan's past that will steer their supposed loving relationship to an eventual pitfall. Now, do you remember this video I played in the beginning where Sharika is apologizing before she got shot dead? This is how it started. Jonathan had another woman. Rannita wasn't the only woman in his life. As it turns out, she was stuck in a love triangle, and years before she came into his life, Jonathan has long been involved with another woman, and that would be the woman that will trigger the series of tragedies that will fall on Rannita. It is at this point that I want to introduce Sharika Taylor from. In the world of Jonathan, Sharika was deeply implanted. It isn't clear if Rannita knew about Sharika from the very beginning, but at some point during the timeline of their relationship, both women found out about the existence of each other. And in some way, Rannita and Sharika tolerated the arrangement they had. And so their twisted love triangle began. Rannita became...
Maybe they all got together and did something together or something. That's the only way they would tolerate that. He's like, yo, this is my man. She like, well, it's my man too. You know what I mean? She's like, well, fuck it, girl. Let's just handle this shit together.
The side chick of the relationship, while Sharika became the main chick. But it wasn't long until the tension began to arise, marking the start of the horrors that would soon unfold.
Who was side bitch?
Oh shit, I don't know. Tell him who the side bitch is.
No,
Okay.
you ain't now.
Tell him, baby.
You're not the side bitch. Why that?
Shit, I don't know who the side bitch is, right? I'm trying to see where she at. I'm the side bitch? Oh.
As the rivalry between the two women grew, so did the hostility that they felt against each other, and these hostilities were often expressed in social media. Sharika would constantly call Rannita out in public posts with accusations that made the already unstable situation worse. By the end of 2017, Rannita had finally had enough. She finally realized that she should be with someone who would put her first. It was at that point when she finally decided to go on Facebook declaring that she was done with Jonathan and wanted to move on with her life. She thought,
wow. Wow. Look at this shit. All them long nights, fight outs, and shootouts. I'm really proud of myself. I finally graduated from that nigga. Yo, that's crazy work. Fight outs and shootouts? You're not having that with a man issue? That's crazy.
thought leaving Jonathan would be the end of the nightmare. She thought moving on would bring peace. But little did she know, it was only the beginning of something far
Toxic
worse.
shit.
And so, unknowing of the impending rage that was building up inside Jonathan, Rannita focused on her children, her business, and herself, determined to leave the toxicity behind. But despite her efforts, Jonathan wouldn't let go so easily. He continued reaching out, pleading for another chance, a chance that Rannita once again gave. But it wasn't long until they ended their relationship once again, and then, this is when the story will steer to a dark turn. It was the beginning of 2018 when the heated arguments between Sharika and Rannita would start on social media. During this time, according to Rannita, Jonathan was still trying to get her to take him back. No matter how hard he tried, however, Rannita stood firm on her decision to finally leave the toxic and twisted arrangement she had with Jonathan. She was moving on while starting a new romantic connection with another man. But this action pushed Jonathan to the edge. Meanwhile, from the perspective of Sharika, the main chick, it was Rannita who was trying to snatch his man. Feeling betrayed by the continued interest of Jonathan to the mother who honestly wants to be set free from them, Sharika quoted on Facebook, "Stop trying to ruin someone else's happiness by dealing with a taken man, cause you might just end up being miserable." In response, Rannita posted, "Don't play with me, promise you. You ain't gone like the way I play back." This was the post that would set off the unfortunate chain of events leading up to the crime. Somewhere in April of 2018, Rannita went live on Facebook, expressing her response to the accusations coming from Sharika that she was trying to get back with Jonathan, added with slanders and language that could be understood as nothing but an expression of resentment. To clarify everything, Rannita explained that it was the other way around. So on the morning of April 12, 2018, Jonathan Robinson drove all the way from Houston, Texas to where Rannita was residing in Shreveport, Louisiana. And this time he came with nothing but rage, a gun, and a sinister intent that would be hinting at the horrifying events that would be unfolding in the next hours. It wasn't long until Jonathan arrived at the home of Anita Williams, the mother of Rannita. As soon as he arrived, the atmosphere of that fateful day quickly shifted to a dark and hostile tone, reflecting the distorted intentions in Jonathan's head.
Pull up right now. Pull up.
Okay.
Pull up.
But who's he telling to pull up, though?
Forcing his way inside the home, he demanded an apology from Rannita, an apology for the social media posts and live streams that struck his ego and humiliated him and his girlfriend, Sharika. And when Rannita refused to give him what he wanted, the hostile situation that was, of that morning, escalated to something that would mark a devastating turn of events. Jonathan walked out of the house, and moments later, he returned with a gun. And just like that, the home became a hostage scene, holding Rannita, her mother, and her brother at gunpoint. At some point during this time, Anita saw an opportunity to make a desperate attempt to escape the hands of the man who held their life. But before she could manage to get to safety, Jonathan opened fire. Her brother managed to flee, barely escaping the same fate. Rannita had no choice but to do what Jonathan demanded. At that point, her Facebook account was temporarily blocked, so she used her brother's account to go live and apologize.
Yes, I know I was wrong. I ain't have no business going off like that, but...
In the video, you can see Jonathan standing behind Rannita, holding a gun.
See right there. Everybody wants to be famous. I'm gonna make you famous.
Yes.
What?
I am sorry, y'all. Yes.
But while Rannita was on Facebook Live, about to say her apology, her mother, Anita, managed to escape to a neighbor's house and made a 911 call to the Shreveport police.
Can you send the police to 1301 Natalie? 1301 Natalie. Because they shoot Jonathan Robinson.
Okay, Jonathan.
1301 Natalie Street.
Okay, is he shooting now?
Yeah, he's shooting now, ma'am.
Okay.
All
Can you
right.
tell me what he's wearing? Hold on. Can you tell me what he's wearing? Hello? Can you tell me what...
Ma'am, I can't tell what he got on.
Okay, yeah. Can you see him right now? Bosses need to know when they pull up who he is.
He's in a car.
Okay, what kind of...
He's in a little brown car. The car's still in the driveway.
Okay, who is he shooting at?
He's shooting at my daughter.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, is everybody safe inside of the residence?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
My daughter in there.
Where's your daughter at?
She in there now.
It's the worst kind of call you ever want to ever have to make. Shit like this, it just be the worst, man. This shit is terrible. I don't understand why dude even did this shit for her. He go over there and decide to kill her because she made a post saying he ain't like how I play? Like, no, man, this shit ain't really making much sense right now. Is he high?
Okay. And what's your name, ma'am?
Anita Williams.
Okay, I'm going to keep you on the phone if you can so officers get there so we can make sure you guys are okay.
Okay.
Okay, and where is he at now? Do you know?
He in the house still. He's still in the house, ma'am.
Okay, he's in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and where are you?
Crazy.
I'm outside. I'm at a house.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, no, stay on the phone with me.
Tell them, please, ma'am, to hurry up.
They're on the way. While we're talking, they're on the way, okay? Are they into some type of dispute or something?
Yes, ma'am. He have the gun. He in there now.
Okay, and you don't know what color shirt he's wearing or nothing like that?
He got on burgundy shirt, but the car's still in the yellow, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine, but like I said, you can stay on the phone with me.
Okay, it's 1301 Nelly. He's in the house with the gun.
They're already on the way. Is your daughter in the house, too?
Yes, she's in there with my son.
Okay, and your son, how old's your son?
He's 30.
30, okay.
Meanwhile, all of Jonathan's attention focused on Rannita, with the intent of avenging her wife and making Rannita apologize for everybody to see.
Pull up right now. Pull up.
Okay.
Pull up. Pull up. Huh? You think I'm worried about the police right now?
No.
I tell you, I don't give a fuck about no police, you heard?
Mm-hmm.
Pull up right
She
now.
looked scared.
Pull up.
Okay.
Pull up. Pull up.
Uh-huh. No, it was just, I apologize.
What's up?
Because I couldn't go live on my phone. My page is blocked.
Bitch wanna be famous, I'm gonna make him famous.
No,
Wanna be famous, I'm gonna make you famous.
no.
No. Everybody wanna be famous, let's be famous today.
Okay.
Rannita, visibly terrified, tried to oblige in hopes that doing so might save her life. But Jonathan had already made up his mind. And then, without hesitation, he pulled the trigger.
No.
Go.
Stop, Jonathan! Stop, Jonathan!
Rannita Williams was murdered in cold blood, her final breath stolen by the man who once claimed to love her. But the horrors of that day...
Look, was she still talking after them couple shots and he hit her a couple more times? That was kind of crazy, man. Like, what the hell going on with this dude?
Famous today.
Okay.
Rannita, visibly terrified, tried to oblige in hopes that doing so might save her life. But Jonathan had already made up his mind. And then, without hesitation, he pulled the trigger.
No.
Go.
Stop, Jonathan! Stop, Jonathan!
Rannita Williams was murdered in
Somebody
cold
said,
blood,
"Stop,
her
Johnson."
final breath stolen by the man who once claimed to love her. But the horrors of that day didn't end there, because Jonathan wasn't finished. It wasn't long until the police arrived at the crime scene, but instead of surrendering, Jonathan unleashed his fury on them.
What you're about to see now for the first time are the heart-pounding moments when Shreveport police put their own lives on the line in a desperate attempt to save Rannita. Seconds after she radios in,
Dispatch, be advised, I heard multiple shots inside that house when I rolled up.
with other units racing to respond,
Dispatch 170. 1301 Natalie.
Out of the way.
Shots fired.
451 is code 2 to that officer on Natalie.
Robinson takes aim.
I got gunfire coming. Why are you
Oh.
firing at me?
First, pinning down Officer Mackey,
I'm trying to get to you.
Oh,
I'll get the strength.
oh, he's crashing out from
Coming to you. 170.
then redirecting his gun sight,
You not come up this road, you will be in the sight. I'm on foot. I'm on foot. Have you not had eyes on you? Is you nothing else? I come for
targeting police who were running in to back Mackey up.
yo. Oh, he was going sick.
No. 114 to dispatch. We have shots fired out here. Everybody hold their position. Hold your position.
These are the first shots fired
Dispatch up here around to the scene with the drone coming.
in a sometimes confusing
Dispatch, what's the street to the south of us?
Maybe State Street.
Simple, we need you to direct units to the south of us, please.
This dude totally crashed out.
Where the shots are coming from.
They're coming from inside that residence.
I'd be surprised if he made it out this alive.
80-minute standoff.
I need someone to
80
tell
minutes.
me that they are getting on magazine with the binoculars or something that can see down from the north, looking
That's
south
crazy.
at this house. We're working on getting SRT to you guys. Bear with us for a minute. We're aging out there.
What followed was an intense 80-minute standoff between Jonathan and the SWAT. SWAT teams and negotiators surrounded the house, prepared for a deadly shootout. But Jonathan wasn't ready to go down just yet. He continued to fire at law enforcement, fully consumed by the rage that reigned in his mind.
He must have had some
Meanwhile,
extra
the
bullets.
police, hoping to de-escalate the situation, brought Sharika Taylor, the main chick, to calm Jonathan down. It was only then when the rage and outbursts of Jonathan died down. Whether out of love, fear, or desperation,
Wow.
Sharika convinced Jonathan to put down his weapon. And just like that, Jonathan Robinson surrendered. Handcuffed and
Wow.
taken into custody, his reign of terror had finally come to an end. Following the tragic encounter with Jonathan,
He
the
crashed out.
investigators took him into custody. And what they would uncover next would leave even the most hardened detectives shaken.
This dude just really crashed out. Like I said, fuck life. I guess life just ain't mean nothing to him no more. Fuck it.
Because what Jonathan admitted in the interrogation room was something far more chilling than anyone had expected.
Wait a minute. She was apologizing, and the police came.
In the interrogation of Jonathan that happened right after the murder, he admitted to planning the entire tragedy in a callous recount of the events that transpired leading to that morning, providing the investigators a first-hand account of his heinous act. He detailed that he had decided to tragically end Rannita's life as soon as he woke up on the morning of April 12.
Then I shot him in the leg. I shot him in the leg.
That's why she...
Then I shot him again somewhere else.
Added to that, he said he wanted to have a shootout with the police that day because he wanted to die right then and there. And with those plans, he went to his aunt's house to get the gun he used at the murder and then bought 40 bullets earlier that day.
Everything I said, see, I do it. That's what I said. This dude, he said, fuck life. He was ready to die. I'm like, yo, wait, this dude has some extra bullets? Because how was he just... And it's not that homegirl was able to talk him down and make him chill. Nah, he just ran out of bullets. That's all. There was nothing else for him to do now. He just said, fuck it, I might as well just give myself up.
But what made his confession even more chilling was the mix of remorse and certainty in what he wanted to happen. And there it was. Jonathan Robinson awaited the consequences of his reckless crime, sealing his fate. After the interrogation and his confession, Jonathan was charged with first-degree murder. And in the state of Louisiana, the penalty for such a heinous crime
Sounds
could be
about
the
right.
sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole, ensuring that the perpetrator would not be able to lay his hands on anyone ever again. But in the case of Jonathan, with the gravity of his crime, he faced the death penalty. However,
Damn.
something changed the course of his fate. On July 24, 2019, Jonathan pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and several related accounts of attempted first-degree murder, which spared him from execution, in exchange for a life sentence without the possibility of parole. During the court proceedings, Jonathan showed moments of remorse, at one time pointing directly to Rannita Williams to express his regret. But despite all his attempts to justify the horrifying deed he committed, he would never be able to reduce the pain he left Rannita's family.
Damn,
And
that's
right
crazy.
then and there, his fate was sealed, and he would spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Damn, Jonathan. That's some bullshit.
The news of the tragic end of Rannita Williams shocked everyone in the community of Shreveport.
Others grew increasingly impatient as they waited for the scene to clear to check on loved ones nearby. Luckily, no bystanders were injured in the ordeal.
Anita, despite being injured during the incident, was left with an even more excruciating grief of losing her daughter. She expressed her profound grief and anger, questioning how someone she once trusted could commit such a crime.
I didn't know it was going to happen. I just never shared it with nobody because I knew what I wanted in my heart and what I believe in. I didn't believe in killing nobody. I never believed in killing nobody. Not just him, nobody. Not even an enemy. So why No, I'm glad justice been served. Everything is gone. Everything is okay. So I feel a lot better now. Now I can rest. Now me and my family can go on with our life. You know, it's over with. It's no more. So it's nothing else to talk. The decision has been made between us and everybody else. So we feel a lot better. It hurts me. It hurts me so bad. By killing Jonathan, it's not gonna bring Rannita back. None whatsoever. So decision has been made, and that's what it is.
The community rallied around the family, holding vigils and memorials in tribute to the life that Rannita lived. Finally,
Yo, man. Shit, man. Closest to the family, man. Females out there. Pay attention. If you're in a toxic situation, man deciding to put his hands on you and shit like that, get away from him now. Saying don't go back. For real. Because, you know, nobody deserves to have nobody put hands on them. Shit is not. Men shouldn't be running around here choking females up and punching them in their face, giving them black eyes and busted lips and all this crazy shit, all because he ain't like how she decided to look today. Like, come on, man, that shit is really crazy. For real. Weirdness is real, man. Let's wake up to this shit, man. For real. It's your boy, man. Buck Breeze. Mr. No Slacking himself. No slacking involved. That shit is hell.